It was a cool summer morning. Rusty was at the junction with Donald when a lady with a dog walked across the platform. Rusty sighed. "What's wrong, Rusty?" "Oh," said Rusty, "I just love animals. I'd love to have an animal of my own." Donald laughed. "I have a duck down at the station on the branch line. Her name's Dilly. A long time ago, Duck played a joke on me by putting her to my tender. She traveled with me the whole day, and I was very worried about spraying her with ash." Rusty laughed. "Ducks are lovely, but I'd like a more practical animal." And Rusty left to do some work around the railway. Later that day, Rusty was shunting some trucks into a siding when his driver slammed on the brakes. "What's wrong?" asked Rusty. "I thought I saw something on the tracks. I'll go have a look." What his driver saw wasn't on the tracks, but it was very close. Then, the driver laughed. "What is it?" asked Rusty. "It's a cat." A small cat was lying on some rusty metal next to the track. Rusty smiled. "A cat! That's a practical animal." "It's a stray, Rusty," said his driver. "I don't see any tags." "Can we take it home?" asked Rusty. Then, the foreman's whistle blew. "I'm afraid not today. Maybe tomorrow." The next day, Rusty wouldn't be going to that yard, but Skarloey would be. Before Skarloey could leave, Rusty stopped him. "Skarloey, if you see a stray cat in the yard, could you please bring him to me?" Skarloey was confused, but agreed to do so. Later that day, Skarloey was taking on water in the yard when he heard a faint meow. "I think that's the cat Rusty was asking about." His driver went to go look for the cat. He found it on the same rusty piece of metal that Rusty found him on. He brought the cat back to Skarloey and fashioned a bed for it out of his own coat and cap. That evening, Skarloey brought the cat home to Rusty, and Rusty's driver went to the vet to make sure it was healthy. "Thank you, Skarloey," said Rusty. "You're welcome, Rusty. What do you think you're going to name the cat?" Rusty thought for a moment, smiled, and winked to Skarloey. The next morning, Donald pulled back into the junction. He saw Rusty idling as still as possible. "Why are ye so stiff?" he asked. "Because Rusty's sleeping," answered Rusty. "But you're awake," replied Donald. Rusty laughed. "Not me, my cat, Rusty." Rusty the cat was dozing on top of Rusty the Diesel's hood. Donald smiled. "Well," he said, "it looks like you found your own pet." Rusty the cat and Rusty's engine both purred in agreement. Now, whenever you visit the Skarloey Railway, you'll see Rusty the cat sitting in the station house or in the shed with Rusty the little diesel, always purring and always happy.